Welcome to the Midweek message. We're taking some lessons from Proverbs chapter 28. I'm reading from the New King James Version of the Bible, and we're going to begin reading in verse 26 and read through the end of the chapter, which is verse 28. Proverbs 28 and verse 26. He who trusts in himself is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom is kept safe. He who gives to the poor will lack nothing, but he who closes his eyes to them receives many curses. When the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding, but when the wicked perish, the righteous thrive. And those are verses 26 through 28 of Proverbs chapter 28, so let's look at those individually. Verse 26, he who trusts in himself is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom is kept safe. The idea is that if you trust in yourself, you're not wise. The scripture says the one who trusts in himself is a fool. Now, there are many Bible passages, admonitions that tell us to trust in the Lord rather than ourselves, to trust in the Lord rather than the government, to trust in the Lord rather than people, to trust in the Lord rather than the army. And so the Bible also says, don't trust yourself. If you do, you're a fool. And then it says, if you walk in wisdom, you're kept safe. So it's not a wise thing, it's a foolish thing to trust yourself. Verse 27, he who gives to the poor will lack nothing, but he who closes his eyes to them receives many curses. God is watching the way we spend our money and our time. He who gives to the poor will lack nothing. Why? Looks like if you give things away, you'll have less. But God is watching, and he is concerned about your stewardship and mine. But if you close your eyes to them, you receive many curses. How is that true? Well, one, you may receive the curses of the poor who are not benefited by your generosity or your benevolence. You also will receive the curses of other people who see that you're a greedy person. And I think you also receive the curse of God. Don't trust in yourself. Be wise. Trust in God. Don't fail to give to the poor. You won't really lose by giving to the poor. Don't close your eyes to those that are less fortunate. And verse 28, when the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. But when the wicked perish, the righteous thrive. No government is legitimate that does not rule in the fear of God. And the Bible teaches us in different places, but over and over again in the book of Proverbs, that wicked governance is a detriment to the people that it supervises. And so the scripture says that when the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. They're afraid. They're unsure. But when they perish, the wicked perish, the people thrive. In other words, they're not in governance anymore. They're gone. And the wickedness of the ruling authorities is removed. And because of that,